Come on,
Hey, what's up, fellow Starcraft 2 players? This is B-Boy Apache Entertainment. In today's video, I will be demonstrating mech style versus all three races that exist in the Starcraft 2 universe. And I'm talking about the Terran, the Protoss, and the Zerg. So with that said, welcome back to another episode of Mech versus All. This shall be episode 8, I believe so. Today I will be, of course, recording over the original audio with my Blue Yeti microphone. Reason being is because, well, you guessed it, shitty audio. Yeah, shitty audio. Anyway, I promise you that this is gonna be the last time I record over the original audio, because the next episode I already recorded already. Is basically me playing Starcraft with and commentating with my Blue Yeti microphone on, so I don't have to watch my video again and then commentate over it, things like that, you know. So yeah, expect that next video I'm gonna be commentating while playing at the same time. So with that said, let's go ahead and I guess I'll explain what I'm doing, right? Alright, so basically I made it to the grand final. The opponent that I'm going against, their name is Luffy. You know, Luffy from One Piece, the animation, you know, anime. Yeah, go watch it if you guys haven't seen it. One Piece. Very good anime. This opponent here, I was taking a look at his what is it called? His career history and his stats and build orders and things like that. It says that he's a platinum player and that he used to be a gold player, but to be honest, I did not think that he was like a platinum player or gold player. I think he was more like a top diamond, or at least like a lower master. My reason for that is kind of hard to explain, but just looking at the history, and then when you try to take a look at somebody else's build order, it don't shows. It's kind of like they are like hiding something. So that's when you know that they are a serious player, because they like to hide the build order so people don't like know how to counter them and things like that. So with that said, hope you guys take my words for it. But anyway, like always, I start out with my barrack opening into 2 refinery into a factory, hiding to the left side. Of course, I don't want them to be scanning my command center and spotting the factory. So on my way to scout out with my Reaper, I just want to point out that remember on my important time to know, Reaper arrives at 2 minutes 15 minutes to 2 minutes 35 seconds. I arrived at 2 minutes and 20 seconds right here, and it looks like I was able to catch his Marine and kill his SUV that's trying to get a factory up, and another SUV that has like a bunker that's, you know, he's not in a very good shape. And I think the reason being this is because he went for something else first. I think that's why. I'm not sure, to be honest. But anyway, with that said, I was at least able to do enough damage to kind of set him back and put him under pressure, make him think that, oh my god, I'm behind, I need to do something, or it's not gonna, or I'm gonna lose, things like that. What else? Let's see here. Unfortunately, I think what happened was he sent his Reaper to scout and was able to spot my starport and factory, and they counter it like right here. Just like, wow. That's one thing you need to watch out for. If you know that the Reaper's path is gonna be at a certain point, don't put your factory, or should I say your tech, there. Otherwise, he's gonna scout it just like what you saw here. I think what I would have done was put my factory and my starport to the right side of my base. So from there, when he scans, he only scans the center of the my command center, and when he scout with his Reaper, he's gonna get denied by my Marine defending at the edge where my siege tank is at, and preventing him from seeing the factory in the starport. So just keep that in mind. When I scanned him, I saw that he had like a starport and a factory. So I knew that some sort of job is going to be incoming. So I positioned my tank to siege up at my main base next to my command center and waited for my medevac to pop out. Oh, actually, I lied. Not medevac. Banshees. Position 4 of my Marines to the top there to just kind of wear off any potential medevac that he might be dropping. And eventually I sent a bunch of my Marine to my second base as well in a moment. I think so, if I remember correctly. Yes, I did. That is to help defend against possible drop, which you guys will see in a bit here. Here I scan again just to make sure, and look at that. It looks like a medevac has already disappeared. The first medevac should have been out already. If my Banshees comes out, that means that the first medevac will be out too. Excuse me. All right. From here, I set up a multi-pronged attack. First with the Banshee, and then second with the medevac. Here you see a drop is coming. Where my Marine position there, that was very good. Did a great job of taking out that Widowminder with my SUV and the help of the Marines. That did a good job. You see where I positioned my siege tank at the main base. I'll show you guys in a bit. You see that? That's a very good defensive position for my siege tank. Here I'm just trying to find a good location for my Banshee to poke at his SUV. Even if he has a turret like in the middle of his command center or middle lines, you can still poke the SUV that are mining the gas or the corner of the mineral line. I believe that was a good attack for me. I was able to get rid of a bunch of SUV and get away with only losing my Banshee. But as long as you already kill at least 3 SUVs and up with a Banshee, I think that's worth it, because a Banshee costs 150 minerals plus 100. Well, I lied. If you can kill 5 SUVs with a Banshee, then you're good to go, because 5 SUV equals 250 minerals, I believe. I think so. And then Banshee is 150 minerals and 100 investment gas. So 150 plus 100 equals 250. So if you can kill 5, you're good to go. Here I am also setting up for another multi-pronged attack, attacking from all 3 directions. I decided to distract his. I decided to distract with this siege tank here by hitting the barrack, so that way my siege tank at his mineral lines can start going to work. You guys won't see it because on the minimap you will see it that there's a siege tank. Right there. That's the one I'm talking about. So I want to point that out as well. So what I did was I had my initial siege tank start attacking his barrack, and then sending my siege tank to attack his middle line. That way he's focused on my siege tank that's attacking his barrack and getting distracted from my my main attack, which is to attack his SUV, if you guys understand what I mean by that. And Banshees are very good to have to take care of the opponent's siege tank. As you can saw earlier, I took out his siege tank, so that way I can micro around with my siege tank and medevac. What he should have done is pop out a Viking, and he would have been set to go, and be able to defend this a lot easier instead of having to pick up his Marine with his medevac. So as you guys can see, it's just a lot of micro intensive thing going on here in macro. Excuse me. Liberators are always nice to have, because as you can see here, you really can't chase down the siege tank with the Liberator taking care of setting up some sort of invisible wall. Here I kind of screw up. I Don't know what happened, but my medevac was like out of position, not even next to my siege tank. What else? Yeah, I don't have much else to say besides I continue to keep up with the harassment. The Banshee on the way to help out with this liberating siege tank drop attack. I mean, just look at it. 3 unit is just so strong. It can do so much damage. Can you believe it? That's the power of mech. With so little unit, but so much damage, so much potential that you can do. That's the power of mech, guys. Really, it's the power of mech. But it is very micro intensive, so that you need to be aware of. And as you can see, me picking up my siege tank with my medevac and going back and forth to macro and things like that, it's just scanning to make sure I get the vision just to take out his siege tank. All those little details and little stuff are very important. Fortunately for him, he's finally able to defend off that attack, but it's already kind of damage is already done, and I'm already kind of ahead with minerals. Not minerals, with economy and production, so I'm in good shape. So all I have to do now is I just have to macro up, make sure I defend against any sort of drop, so that way I don't get set behind in minerals, or not minerals, economy, because he can still come back if he does a good job of sending me back in economy by dropping at my second expansion and things like that. Because in the first place, mech, they don't have much mobility versus versus bio. Bio has so much mobility, they don't really have to engage your mech. They just have to engage your economy, and that slows down your production, and then that makes him have more units to attack in waves against your mech, and slowly your mech start to whittle down and game over. So that's why it's very important to have turrets defending your economy once things start to settle down, when you do enough damage. Excuse me. From here I decided it's a perfect time to start pushing and end the game. A good tip to know is that if he's gonna drop like I do, I decide to unsiege some of my siege tank and have my Hillian surround the units, and that way you don't have to have all your siege tank not just doing anything, because if the units are next to your siege tank, you can't attack, right? So yep, with that said, I managed to beat the 1v1 6-round platinum tournament. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and are convinced that hey, mech can work against people on ladder. In tournament, it is possible, but against very good players, it's very hard with this strategy with mech, because good player will just do builds that counter against mech, and it's just frustrating. I still haven't figured out how to counter those high master and grandmaster league that knows what they're doing. I haven't figured out yet, but even though it's a good strategy to climb from bronze to master, it's still a good thing. I still have a lot of hope for mech, because I remember 4GG winning the MLG. I think he won like a grand final against like a Zerg player with mech only, and it was amazing. So there's still hope there. But with that said, that is episode 8, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Mech vs. All. Peace out.